Darth Vader has been in a private battle against his potential successors. It's time for him to find a way to end this. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues, and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is the third volume of the Darth Vader storyline. Before this is parts 1 and 2, Vader Down, and the annual that set up this issue. I'll keep you up to date as we move forward, but you might want to consider starting the playlist from the start so you get the reveals as they happen. Vader returned from his mission on Shu-Torin with a gift for the Emperor, the dead body of Carbon, one of Silu the Surgeon's newest experiments. He's the individual that gave Darth Vader his cybernetics, and Carbon is one of the potential replacements for Darth Vader himself. Vader finally defeated him while searching for the rebel pilot that destroyed the Death Star in the book, Vader Down. The Emperor looks at the body. Are these lightsaber wounds, Vader?
You wish me to prove myself. Give me a fight worthy of my time.
Well, you are in luck. Despite our warning, the Ore Barons of Shu-Torin are rebelling. I require full military intervention, and you will bring the Empire's assistance to Queen Trios. Vader turns to leave.
It will be done.
One more thing. At General Tag's insistence, Silu will be joining you in this task.
Why?
There is a reason. You are the student and I am the master. All will be explained when you return. Show your merit, Vader. A short time later, Vader is on the planet with Queen Trios at his side. With the Empire supporting the endeavor, Vader manages to use the Force to destroy the entire mining operation and deflect the shots back at the soldiers, killing them. Trios tells Vader that they can never win in a full frontal assault, so he turns to the Void Gazer, one of the remaining Silu experiments, and asks her to use her droids to destroy the ceiling of the mine, dumping hot molten lava on the entire building. Trios facepalms, informing Vader and Void Gazer that that was a delving citadel, built centuries ago, and it will be irreplaceable. It will never be in production again.
It will never rebel again,
Vader says as he walks back to the palace. Once they return, Silu asks if Void Gazer did well, and Vader tells him
she was adequate.
But Trios barges into the room demanding to know Vader's plan, and he informs her,
after today we'll see who is submitting, and if they don't, I will repeat the demonstration.
She tries to argue against him, but Vader cuts her off.
All you must do is obey, Queen Trios.
And then he leaves her there with everyone snickering at the Queen's authority being challenged. She follows him into a dark room telling him, we are not finished, Lord Vader. I have Queen here.
You are. Remember who made you so.
I have the Empire's yoke around me. For my people's sake, they must think I'm Queen. If you treat me so in front of my subordinates, do you think that they will obey me when you leave? Vader stares her down.
I will treat you with the illusion of respect, as long as you do not dream to question me in public again.
It's a deal.
No, it is simply how it will be.
Trios leaves the room and Vader turns to the reason he entered it. Standing in the communicator is a series of bounty hunters. Vader wants them to find Dr. Aphra. She's been taken prisoner by the rebels and he can't have her talking.
Bring her back, dead or alive.
If you're curious as to where Dr. Aphra actually is right now, watch our video, Star Wars Rebel Jail. The Ore Barons are about to take Vader's threat lightly though, as a submarine rises out of the molten magma, prepared to open fire on the palace itself. A nearby pilot calls out for the Queen, Vader, and the twins to join him in the escape. The twins are two more of Silu's creations. Vader walks over to the ship, throwing the pilot out of it, telling him,
escape, I think not.
He then flies the ship to the submarine where he leaps out of it and tells the twins,
follow me if you dare.
They cut a hole into the sub and they begin to walk through, murdering everyone in their path. And once they reach the core, they begin slicing it up and the twins ask Vader, how will we escape?
By leaving the ship swiftly. If you are incapable of that, it is no concern of mine.
It begins to sink into the molten magma and Vader jumps out onto the ship that they took with the twins. Once they return, Vader tells them,
the Barons have made their position clear. It is time to repeat the lesson.
And Trios tells him that was Rubik's vessel. Back with Silu, he isn't exactly here to help Vader. General Tag radios in and they discuss the matter. How Vader has no precision and while he's good at winning battles, he isn't good at winning the war. He asks Silu to end this battle favorably and to make sure the Empire wins, not Vader. Back in Vader's quarters, Aelin drops in to ask Vader to help her kill her brother and train her, but Vader informs her,
you are mistaken. There is no future for either of you.
And he walks out to find one of the bounty hunters that he sent out for Dr. Aphra. The hunter claimed that he found Aphra dead, but Vader knew that it wasn't Aphra, so he murdered the bounty hunter for lying to him. Back with Silu, he radios into the Ore Barons' quarters to inform them that if they work with him, he can give them Vader. But none of that matters at the moment as Vader grabs up Trio's soldiers and the twins to begin his final assault on Rubik's headquarters. As they burrow into the crust of the planet trying to get to Rubik's mining delve, Vader's ship is automatically steered off course and sent away from the army that he brings with him. When it lands at its location, he sees countless soldiers prepared to kill him and his troops, as it was a trap devised by Silu. He orders his men to activate the siege defenses and the battle against Rubik's men begins. The doors open and Vader sends the twins and his stormtroopers out to begin, but 000, one of the droids that's with Vader, has a better idea, and he steps into the back to wake up the droids. The droids pop their heads out of the windows and they begin opening fire on all of the fleshy ones. Vader knows that he can push back all of these troops, and with them all here, Trios can take the main base if she pushes now. Except he discovers that he has no communication with her. At that moment, Silu continues his plan to trap Vader by radioing Trios to tell her to stop her attack. They don't have Vader. Vader hears about the soldiers turning around, but the jam continues and he can't explain that he's alive and murdering hundreds of Rubik's men. That's when one of his troops tells him that they are overwhelmed, they can't win this, and 000 has an idea. What if they turned the droids into droids fueled by blood? What a terrifying sight indeed for those fleshy ones. But Vader shrugs him off. Back at Trios, everyone tells her not to push the attack, and the Chancellor informs her that he will not allow her to continue. So she has him arrested and orders her troops to push the attack on Rubik's. Back with Vader, he has an idea and he takes the twins with him to a rock bridge over the magma. Seeing their chance, the twins turn on him, leaping at him. But Vader senses it coming and he turns his lightsaber to his back to block them. I can't believe you trusted us.
If I trusted you, I would have left you at the siege. Instead, I tested your character. You failed.
Back at the siege, 000 takes it on himself to give a rousing speech. We are a sheet of titanium, reinforced steel, protecting our meaty masters. You may think us doomed. There are many. We are so few and surrounded. You may think that we have no hope. And you're right, because I definitely haven't implanted you with cyber syringes to drain the blood from your foes and grow strong from their scarlet fluids. If I'd done that, they'd be doomed. The droids all begin to cheer, Hail 000! Slay the meaty ones! And the soldiers around them begin to get scared. Back at the bridge, Vader with one hand continues to push back the twins, and Aelin fires an explosive, shattering the bridge and separating them from Vader. She turns to her brother. We can't beat Vader. I don't think we can ever beat him. And Morit, her brother, pushes her into the lava. He then turns to Vader, telling him, the field thins, till we meet again. Vader uses the Force to pull Aelin out of the lava, and he places his cape on her to cool her and soothe her from the pain.
Your pain will soon pass. Tell me everything now.
Silu, he collaborated with the Ore Barons. Take my memory chip as proof of everything. Thank you, Lord Vader. I am But once he had the information that he needed, he killed her with his saber and he left. Vader returns to the siege where he finds all of the soldiers have surrendered due to a fear of blood-sucking robots. Then, with news that Trios is assaulting Rubik's main base, Vader takes his team and joins the fray, winning the mining delve for her. With victory in their grasp, Vader confronts Rubik's in his palace and he asks him,
would you like to dance?
Trios arrives with their soldiers, and while Rubik's tries to argue, Trios orders his execution. Then pointing to his youngest daughter, she informs her, you will be the new Baron. The girl tries to explain that that is not the order of succession, and Trios tells her, that does not matter. Your brother will be overjoyed with your new position. As Trios and Vader walk away, he asks her,
why?
I have found inexperienced youths not expecting power to be most easy to manipulate, Lord Vader.
You are correct.
Vader then heads to his ship to return to the Emperor and report what happened, and Trio asks him, as the Queen of Shu-Torin, did you choose me well? Vader pauses, and then he answers,
there was no other choice.
000 walks up behind her. One can't help to note that could have been taken multiple ways. Yes, I know. He could have been implying that you're excellent, or that you... I know. Leave, droid. I cannot destroy him, but I can destroy you. 000 then says one final thing before boarding the ship. With the greatest of respect, Queen Trios, you will go far. And that resolves the current chapter of Darth Vader. But now it's time for him to deal with that traitorous Silu and inform the Emperor as to what Silu has done. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to get the final part of the Darth Vader comic book series, because it's been a crazy and amazing ride. Stick around this entire weekend for more Star Wars oriented videos, and I'll see you next time right here.